Hello, my name is Shoaib Miri. I'm going to be talking about general anxiety, the silent epidemic today. The purpose of my speech is to make my audience aware of the seriousness of general anxiety disorder, how to identify the symptoms, and to discuss the treatment of general anxiety. To give insight to my audience on the epidemic of general anxiety disorder so that they may be able to gain an understanding of general anxiety in order to acknowledge the symptoms of the disorder that are usually overlooked. Do you ever find yourself feeling on edge, anxious, having trouble eating, focusing, or even sleeping at night? Maybe you have a big project coming for work or experiencing some stress in your personal life. The butterfly feeling isn't always going to be pleasant. Now, picture feeling that constant uncomfortable apprehension happening within you, even when there is literally nothing to worry about. That is what general anxiety is for. Millions of people who suffer from the disorder, as well as those who battle with general depression. The National Institute of Mental Health states that although anxiety is a normal reaction to stress and can actually be helpful in certain situations, generalized anxiety disorder is an uncontrollable and at most times irrational worry about general aspects of life, which normally aren't stressful situations, but due to that constant worry, the mind tells us otherwise. A person diagnosed with general anxiety disorder is in consistent state of worry when there is no reason to be stressed. This constant worry often distracts the individual from focusing on his or her daily activities or normal everyday routines. Anxiety disorders can often lead to the anticipation of disasters or health problems. People dealing with general anxiety are extremely concerned about everyday matters such as death, personal finances, family dilemmas, or work related issues. The list goes on. Many people who deal with general anxiety disorder have a hard time not overthinking about insignificant dilemmas. Many are usually aware that they are intensifying their anxiety more than they should. They find it difficult to relax or easily alarmed and have hard time concentrating. There are also physical symptoms that come along with epidemic of general anxiety that includes headaches, chest pains, sweating, nausea, and feeling out of breath. These symptoms should never be overlooked. Statistics show that general anxiety disorder affects about 6.8 million adults. That's about 3.1% of the US population. General anxiety is the most common mental illness in the US, according to the National Institute of Mental Health. Now that we have obtained a clear understanding of what symptoms or how they can occur, I can go into how general anxiety can be diagnosed and possibly treated. Usually, doctors will take a number of steps to help diagnose general anxiety. Most often, doctors use psychological questionnaires to help identify the problem that's causing the disorder. According to the manual published by the American Psychiatric Association, a criteria must be met for diagnosis. The following is the criteria that help recognize the symptoms of the disorder. Let me just name a couple. Um, Excessive anxiety and worry about certain situations or activities often for at least 6 months, difficulty controlling your feelings of worry, anxiety or worry that causes you significant distress or interferes with your daily life, anxiety that isn't related to another mental health condition such as panic attacks, substance abuse, or post traumatic stress disorder known as PTSD. Anxiety or worry that causes you an immense amount of distress or interferes with your daily life, and at least three of the following symptoms in adults and one of the following in children: restlessness, fatigue, trouble focusing, irritability, muscle tension, or sleep problems. General anxiety disorder has many ways of being displayed, and not everyone experiences the same symptoms. Certain people may display it as phobias, panic attacks, depression, substance abuse, and post traumatic stress disorder. Once you come to terms with the diagnosis and seek treatment, you may undergo psychotherapy, medication, or even meditation for some. Seeking psychotherapy teaches positive ways of thinking, reacting, and behaving in certain situations that normally make the person feel very nervous or anxious. Antidepressants are also popular in the healing of depression and anxiety. Not everyone seeks the same treatment as someone else. An antidepressant may work for one person, and meditation may help another. Nonetheless, there are treatments for general anxiety disorder, and it is important to constantly support and be empathetic to those who suffer from this silent epidemic. In conclusion, now that I have thoroughly discussed the basic of general anxiety disorder, the symptoms, diagnosis, as well as treatments, we should keep in mind that everybody experiences anxiety and depression throughout their life. But to have an actual disorder is an important issue that is overlooked so often that eventually it leads to life-threatening situations. It is vital that society is aware of the seriousness of general anxiety disorder. Thank you.